welcome back to Eternal Serenity Tarot. So, tonight's reading is going to be a little tea session. I mean, literally, go grab you some tea. If you can't tell, I'm sick. I've really been, getting beat up on over the last few days. I was actually sitting down to pull a couple cards for myself. I caught myself doing a little 3 card pull, and from those 3 cards, we actually started with the 6 of Cups in reverse. Wait, let me tell y'all, this is the cat tarot, by the way. I mean, say I can. My best friend, God bless her soul, she just got this deck for me. I'm still getting used to it because the imagery is very pretty. I mean, look at the cards. Look at that. That's so crisp. Um, but they don't have the minor arcana labeled. So we might be referring to the little book throughout this reading just so that I can know which cards we're looking at. I actually think I have it down better now. Yeah. So, starting with the 6 of Cups in reverse, the Hierophant, and the Knight of Swords in reverse. So, immediately, that just didn't feel like enough, and it didn't feel like it was for me. So I was like, "Oh, this is somebody's tea." So now we're gonna talk about it. I will say, I really, really like this energy a lot, like a lot, because I feel like somebody is finally allowing themselves to get in touch with their heart, which is the part of themselves that holds. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. The part of themselves that holds their innermost desires. You know, so this Hierophant feels like some sort of system that holds this person back, or they've been holding this person back for most of their lives. Um, I feel like this system requires this person to put themselves very last, or they constantly have to be ready to like take their plans and their schedule and maneuver it around to fit in what really is somebody else's responsibility. It was kind of feeling like this person is a hamster, like one little baby hamster, and the wheel that they're running on is powering an entire city. And every time this person even stops for like 2 seconds, the power starts to go out through this city. So there's a lot that's resting on the shoulders of this person. Um, but I also feel like this system, because I don't really know what it is. I don't know if we're talking about a religious background. I don't know if we're talking about, which, if we are talking about religion, I was getting either Christianity, Catholicism, or Jehovah's Witness. Because it just feels like there isn't an allowance for anybody's differences. But this could also be a narcissistic family system too that we're talking about. Because I actually was reading something about self differentiation recently, so you guys might want to go look into that if throughout this reading you feel like it resonates for you. Um, because it just feels like this person has been taught to ignore themselves. They've been taught to ignore their intuition. They've been taught to take their creative, like sensitive, empathic nature and shove it in a box. And it's a part of themselves they have to hide. So I was getting that this person, when they have stuff that they really care deeply about, they don't even feel comfortable sharing it because it's like they have a protective bubble around it. Like, look at this King of Cups. So to me, it looks like the cups would be filled with this person's like maybe they're things they're passionate about, their hobbies, their interests, their favorite songs, their favorite movies, their favorite books, just anything that they cherish and find valuable in a sentimental way. People they care about, even relationships that are special to them. It's like they have to covet it, they have to protect it in order for it to retain its sanctity. So it's like they're trying to preserve it and keep it pure, because if they share it with the environment around them or with a particular person around them, it's like this person would just vomit their judgment and negativity and critiques all over it. If this person just projects all the time, is what it feels like. Not the King of Cups, but somebody that this King of Cups is around. It feels like a parent. And it's gonna look different for everybody, because I was thinking with the Hierophant that it could be a father, but it could also be a mother that just rests in very masculine energy, or it could be a mother that, let's see, like this could be a mother with like a military background or something, just something that has instilled a very specific set of values in this person. And that is the driving force that the system functions around. Um, yeah. So this Knight of Swords in reverse felt like this is a person who is probably silent right now because they feel held back. So there's some sort of communication that's not being brought forward. Although this is here, so I feel like there is a desire to communicate. But there's something that's causing this person to refrain. And in the meantime, they're trying to fill the gap that actually exists in their heart with things external to them. So this person is spending their money on stuff, trying to fulfill themselves, like, and this could be stuff that they've wanted for a long time and that now they can afford it, so they're just spend happy right now, but it's just not cutting it, because what this person is actually looking for can't be satisfied by an object, because they're looking to connect, and you can't connect with inanimate objects in this way, not these kinds of things that this person is buying. Even if this is like experiences that this person is buying, they're looking for something very specific, and it feels like it just runs so deep to this person's core. Like they're looking for something that resonates on a soul frequency. And I don't even know that they know that that's what they're looking for specifically, but it feels like there's just this internal yearning. Um, yeah, so I don't think that this person has trusted themselves to have the awareness that they have about the environment around them, but it feels like this is a very perceptive person. So they've had this clarity, but they just haven't integrated it yet. And I think that's because they were ignoring it before. Because this feels like a person that would be extremely empathetic. And I was also getting that that's been toyed with by the person that is sitting at the top of the system. So the head, we'll call it, of this environment. I don't know why I heard that they torment this person. I feel really bad for this person, but it just feels like they play mind games. Like, I don't know, because this person doesn't trust. I don't think they trust in general, but I think it's because they feel unsafe or they feel judged by this person. And it's because this person has very outdated and very rigid beliefs. And it's like these beliefs just don't allow for the natural progression that takes place with time, where we learn more over time because we experience more, and so we gain wisdom. It feels like this person is someone that lacks wisdom, although they probably think they have it. Um, I was seeing temperance in reverse earlier. It's back on the bottom of the deck right now. But I was seeing it in reverse earlier when I saw that Queen of Swords in reverse, and it was feeling like there's just something really impure about this person. And I think it's the energy that they give off because there's a lack of internal balance with this person. Um, they lack the ability to really like ground and center themselves. So it's like the environment around them can't help but reflect what is going on internally with them. Does that make sense? So their relationships reflect that. This can be a person that even gossips a lot. Like they just talk a lot about people's business, you know? Like they can find a reason to say something negative about everyone. It does not matter. And these could even be people that like think this person likes them, because one thing about that Queen of Swords is that she has like, you're always going to have the qualities of both, and when she's in reverse she's smart enough to know when to use what and where. You know, she knows time and place. It's like Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is the perfect example of the Queen of Swords. That lady is devious and diabolical, but man, listen, I'll be damned if that woman is not like a master class in the art of diplomacy and just like charming people and getting them to forget the fact that you're devious. So this person could be like that. I'm getting that. I'm getting that. That's exactly how this person is. They're very dual natured. You know, what you see is not always what you get. And what you get is not always like, it's not always honest. There's something very dishonest about this person. Um, so yeah, I'm getting that like something about this with the Six of Cups relates back to this person's childhood, their youth, their adolescence. This would be something that's been affecting their life negatively since then. And it feels like this is the kind of wound that can't be healed because this person is still attached to this person, still attached to this environment. I want to say this can be a job, but I don't think we're talking specifically about a job, although I feel like this feels like it has a domino effect. And so this could probably be said for multiple areas of their life. So their home environment is something that they don't feel comfortable in, but also don't feel like they belong in. But they would also feel like that in their job. They would be working a job that is not something that they really care about. They're not passionate about this at all. They probably hate their job. It can be very monotonous. Because I was also getting that there's something about this person's life that just feels so impersonal to them. They could feel like they're living someone else's life. You know what I was getting earlier too? That episode of SpongeBob where he's like round, he's normal. You know, like this person has been reduced to being a number. You know, they're not even a person anymore. And whatever it is they're doing, they just feel like anybody could be doing it and it wouldn't make a difference. You know, that's how impersonal this is. So it could be like a desk job. Maybe they work in corporate or something. Um, where it's just like they're doing things to maintain the status quo of this system. Like they're not trying to defy and break out of this box because there's something about it, although it feels unsafe, that also feels safe because it's the only thing that they've ever known. And although they can tell that they've grown out of it, although I don't think that they ever really fit into it in the first place, um, the idea of venturing outside of it is also very scary. So there's a lot of apprehension surrounding moving forward. Because we got the Chariot, so I feel like there's a desire to move forward, but it feels like the Six of Cups in reverse is blocking it, or it's the driving force behind it, actually. So it could be that being in this environment has been triggering enough for this person where it's like enough is enough. And now it's like they've gotten so sick of something that that's going to be the thing that carries them forward, carries them up and away. I was getting some movie references too. I was getting Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I love that movie. But specifically because he had that father that just didn't agree with anything he did ever in his life. And when he was younger, his dad used to tell his mom before she died that, he was concerned about him because he was obsessed with space. He was a huge space nerd. It was so cute. Um, and he just kind of felt like he had his head in the clouds. He didn't feel like he was grounded in reality because he had all these big dreams and high hopes. So I feel like this person, this King of Cups that we're talking about, is a huge dreamer. Um, there's just something very fantastical, but in a good way, about their energy because I feel like this person is good at manifesting because they are a visualizer. So they're really good at, like, they have a really vivid and broad imagination. And I feel like even that is something that they guard and protect. You know, like the things that they sit up late at night and dream about. I was kind of getting somebody that either like stares outside their bedroom window, or this is a person that travels a lot, and when they're on the train or the bus, they're just like staring out the window, really angsty. So this could even be a person who, like, this fall, they're gonna be giving Bella in Twilight when she's sitting out her window for months, waiting for Edward to come back. Because I was getting this real deep sense of yearning coming from this person. I don't know if you guys are this person or if you are dealing with this person, because this energy is so tight-lipped. It's really interesting to me. It's like really intriguing. um, but I feel like that's because this person has to be a little bit secretive, and it feels like it's so sad that this is something that they have to keep to themselves, but they have to, otherwise it gets tainted. So we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, which looks like it was more closely connected to the Hierophant. So it's like it's never their turn in this system. There's always an excuse or a reason why it's somebody else's turn, or it's something else's turn, or, there's something else being prioritized over them. And it feels like that's something that's been the case since they were a child. Like there's just something, like they're always being put off. Like, oh, next time. Like, oh, next time, something. But bear with me, guys. I'm sick. So I wish I was firing on all cylinders, but we're not right now. It's amazing that I could even do this because I sat down to do a reading yesterday. I said, oh, I'm going to record on my phone. No. Um, okay, so we had this Emperor in reverse. I feel like this person really clings to control wherever they can. So whatever they're in charge of in their life, there feels like there's something that they are in charge of, and they're the executor of. I'm not sure what it is. It could be a job. Um, they could be a parent themselves. They could be a father themselves. But it feels like this is a person that clings to control wherever they can get it because there's a huge lack of it somewhere. And it feels like that Queen of Swords is the person that is disempowering this person. Um, but there's clarity that's been gained here. I feel like although this is a highly intuitive person, they are also, it's like a disconnect in themselves. where they're so intuitive, but then there's a part of themselves that is clinging desperately to logic and trying to be rooted in logic. Um, so much so that it contradicts that intuition. I keep hearing anxiety, so that's interesting. To be a person with a lot of anxiety. Maybe their intuition is signaling them, but because it's not something that their logical mind can perceive in a way that probably the structure has taught them to, um, it brings them anxiety to try and trust what it is that they're being told, because they're like, I don't understand how I know this. I have a fortune up here that I found earlier, and it literally says, you find you know things without being told. So just wanted to throw that one in there. So this person is extremely intuitive. They have foresight. This person has the gift of foresight, but they're scared of it because they're like, why did I know that? Because you know. Because you know, because you're special. No, everybody has intuition. It's just that the people in this person's environment are so severed and disconnected from themselves, they would not ever be able to hear that internal call because the lights are not on at home. Not on the inside anyway. There's the people around them or the person around them, like that heart space it's dark down there. It hasn't seen the light of day. Don't know when the last time that person moved with their heart, or cared about what their heart wanted and followed that, which is sad. But it's getting to a point where it's harmful because this person isn't encouraging the King of Cups to have better for themselves because they didn't. So it's kind of just like, we'll follow along in my path, but there's whenever we have the Hierophant, like, it's time to ask ourselves if what we've been doing thus far actually works, and if it's not working, why are we not doing something different? Why are we holding on to this? This way of doing things if it just is tired and it doesn't work anymore. So I just saw 2222 on my timer. I don't know if this could be something that's already been taking place for this person, maybe since COVID times, because I was feeling like for some people, this person has been stuck with this person. I think more so than usual. So let's say this is a parent. This person would have had to be around this person more so than they used to, because I feel like this person used to find reasons to not be home when they were younger. That's what I was getting. Um, but it seems like something happened where they were slowed down, and so they didn't have access to relationships to go hide themselves in to get away from this person. I think on purpose, for sure on purpose, because we have the Hanged Man, which talks about being slowed down so that it's forced stillness, so that our distractions are isolated from us and we are forced to confront all of what we've been like running around, moving quickly, trying to stop the thoughts from coming in. It's like spirit slows us down so that information, very valuable information, can now come in. But it's valuable because it's your feelings. Like, you're trying to outrun your feelings so that you don't have to address them and you don't ever have to do anything about this situation. And this feels like this person may not know it yet, but they were being saved from themselves and saved from this environment. So, they can save themselves from this environment. Um, yeah, we have the Sun card. So there's some level of clarity that they've gained from being forced to be around this person more, or forced into some sort of role in this person's life, because we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which could be somebody who's opportunistic, um very transactional. So this person would see the King of Cups as a tool, like a financial tool. Oh, we had the, where is it? Oh, we had the moon in reverse. I think it's the only cards I didn't talk about. We had the moon in reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So there's been a revelation. I was getting like suspicions confirmed. This could have literally been brought on by any of the full moons that have happened recently. It could have even been the one we literally just had. So this could be a very like recent shift for someone, but it just feels like this person is starting to understand themselves better through understanding whoever this other person is better. Whether this is like a romantic partner or this is a parent, or it could be both, because they could have entered a relationship with someone and then realized that they were dating their parent, just in another another body. Um, I just feel like this person has really grown used to trying to force themselves to fit in places and with people that they don't, and it's because they learned to do that in childhood, in their childhood home, in their environment, because the people around them, the people around them, or this person, this parent around them, just doesn't believe that people should be different. It's kind of like if you erase everyone's identity, then no one ever goes looking for more, you know? So it's a way of keeping this person stuck. Like they were never supposed to realize that they want so much more than this and they can have it, but they're gonna have to go get it themselves. This person would have been wanting them to follow down a similar path as them because it would keep this person close. It would mean that they would never really go too far. So they would be likely to want this person to date someone that they know would never take them too far. So whether this is them having an oddly close relationship with their romantic partner, and them being in like weird cahoots together, or it's just somebody that they know is also stuck in their own way, so they don't really want more for themselves and they would be inclined to settle. So then this person would settle and they would live a very settled life together, and whoever this Queen of Swords is, their ego could be preserved by this person being right there. They just get to be like, oh, okay, you're right there. It's like I don't even have to worry about it. I don't have to try and manipulate the situation or do anything because this other person that this person was dating, for those of you again where there is a romantic partner involved that is similar to this parent, they would be able to recognize that in this person to where it's like, oh, you can do my dirty work for me. I don't even have to have my hands in here to get what I want because you get it. They would feel like them and this romantic partner, they see each other, which is really sick and twisted, but okay. Yeah, before we close this out, because I didn't want this to be too long, but I felt like I needed to deliver this to you all because it wasn't for me. So, oh, there were some references I was forgetting. Matilda. I feel like this person is Matilda. It doesn't matter what their gender identity is. Matilda, because it kind of feels like this parent is similar to in that movie where the father sees that she's reading and is like, "We don't read. We're a television family. We sit in front of the TV and we eat junk food." And he rips her Moby Dick book that she borrowed from the library in half. He didn't want her to go to school. He didn't want her to be educated. He didn't want her to know the truth about them because her father was a con man. And her mother had pebbles shaking around in her head. It was no brain up there. Her brain was fried. Okay. Um, so again, they were very settled, kind of, but we saw the life that they created for themselves, and it wasn't very much. Although they convinced themselves that they had a whole hell of a lot. Um, To people that like things of value and of substance, you could easily look at these people and tell that like they didn't have anything. um yeah, so wait, let's see, I'm losing my train of thought. Right, it was Matilda, we said Claudia with a chance of meatballs. The Little Princess, I was getting that too for some reason. Oh, Hey Arnold, this one's funny. So you guys know how in Hey Arnold, Olga, what's I gonna say? Oh, Olga is like secretly in love with Arnold, but she's always bullying him, so nobody else knows that. But she has an entire shrine in her room, and she carries a picture of him in a locket with her, and she's always like, Arnold, my sweet.
Arnold, fate has brought our vehicles crashing together today by reckless chance. Alas, if only our hearts, our souls, our very beings could so violently entangle. Oh, what a wretched dilemma is this. To whom should I forswear my allegiance? To Bob, the blessed Ryoga, or Arnold, he who alone can sink a hole in one in my heart?
So that I think was speaking to this secret desire that this person has. We have this King of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So this is a wish that this person has, or wishes, but it is a deep desire. I mean, it's like, let's see if I can get another card, because I don't really feel like this energy was wanting me to know what this desire is, but I do feel like it has to do with another person. I don't even think they want this other person to know. Um, yeah, we were going back to the Hannah reference. Um, yes, that is this person desiring whatever this is. Again, it feels like another person, but it's just something that you wouldn't know because they just don't feel safe. I don't even think they feel safe enough telling this person. Like, their feelings don't feel safe with this person that they desire because they fear being rejected, but I think they also fear being like manipulated or having their feelings used against them, having their vulnerability like thrown back in their face, or just being made to feel stupid and like immature for having feelings. That could be a real serious trigger for this person. This is the Nine of Wands. Whatever it is, this is something this person has wanted for a long time. And I think that they've been seeking it out in all the wrong places for a long time to where they're exhausted now. They might not even be, again, because they've been seeking it out for so long, I think in the wrong people. Now they've turned to trying to fulfill that desire with things, with stuff, because it feels safer, right? It's like if I buy a Rolex can't hurt me. A Rolex can't tell me my feelings are stupid. But this is something this person, in general, this situation is something this person has been up against their whole life. I feel like there's something about this person's inner teenager that is insecure. That's what I was going to say before we go. That Knight of Cups in reverse can be someone who is secretly admiring someone but doesn't feel good enough to take that step forward. So they don't feel like their cup of love will be accepted because there's something about them that just feels intrinsically wrong. And I think the reason why this could be hard for this person to heal is because the roots of this are so deep. And it has to do with the fact that this has been programmed, like indoctrinated into this person's head their entire life, because they had to be taught that who they really were was wrong, and it had to be like practically ripped out of them or like beaten out of them, maybe for some of these people, um, just so that they could take on the identity of this environment around them. Again, it feels kind of culty. That's why I think it's a narcissistic family system, because those are run like cults. Um, okay, we got the Ace of Pentacles. Let's clarify that. I was saying this person feels insecure. Yeah, there just feels like there's something wrong with them, or there's just something not right with them. Actually, we have the Knight of Cups right here, and then it's also sitting at the bottom of the Rider Waite desk. So heavy emphasis on that I think that's why it feels safer to just dream about wanting whatever this is and to secretly desire it than to actually try to pursue it and then have what just feels so personal and has been a really like warm haven, I think, for this person to turn to when this situation, this environment has been too much. um Yearning for this and fantasizing about it secretly has been cathartic for this person. And it's like they would be bursting that bubble of fantasy if they try to pursue it and then they get rejected. You know, it's like it just feels like their whole world will come crashing down, or their whole like fantasy world will come crashing down. All right. Oh yeah, what's the Ace of Pentacles? We gotta hurry this up because I don't have that much storage. I got like 5 minutes left. Let's see what this Ace of Pentacles is. Okay. Six of Pentacles. So whatever this opportunity is, they have the means to get to be generous right now, whether that's financially or with their time, their attention, their affection. Um, and there's a desire to do that. Okay, that's what this Nine of Wands is. What we're talking about. This person, I feel like I don't know so much that they want to get married specifically, but I do feel like they're looking for something very long term, like something that has the potential to be very prosperous and abundant for them, but like forever. You know, it would just be the gift that keeps on giving. Um, and I think they just feel like they're ready to give themselves, or there's so I don't know. There's like so much of themselves that wants to be generous with them, generous of themselves in this way. But there is a lot of fear here, and I think they just don't want to be wounded again. But I do think they want to put themselves back out there. Maybe they've been trying, because I have the Seven of Cups here too, so they could be trying. They could be trying to explore their options, but it's just like they just don't speak to them in that deep way. So I don't know why I heard that's humbling. Their options are humbling. Oh, so they could because we have something that they're secretly desiring. So they could be trying to explore their options because again, whatever is they're secretly desiring is being kept safe by staying a fantasy. Whatever they're trying to explore externally to them, it feels like it's humbling them because they're understanding that they're not going to get whatever they're looking for from these people because it exists in this situation. They already found it. So that's why they even feel the need to covet these feelings for whoever this is. Um, because they feel really deeply for it. And so now they feel protective. Protective of it, protective of the feelings that they have attached to it. It's funny because I'm just getting this person, like with this King of Cups, it just feels like, y'all ever seen that Peter Griffin meme where he's sitting there looking at the pill bottle? Like, this person's really keeping an eye on these feelings. They're really being an observer um, of their emotions right now instead of letting them rule them. And I think that's because they know that they have to maintain some level of composure right now because it's just not the right time for them to pursue whatever this is. But I'm kind of getting that like this person has to make it the right time or else it never really will be, because this environment will always be able to find a reason why it's not this person's turn. I'm just getting like, because if it was this person's turn, they would take whatever something is and just run. Like they'd run off with it. You know, like if it was this person's turn, they might get away. There's a fear of that. Um, okay. I hope you guys enjoyed that little tea session. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning as I'm filming this. I hope you had your tea. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it resonated. If it did, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel so that you can come hang out with us again. And I feel like there was something else and I don't know what it was. Aren't we so excited that Mercury retrograde is ending? So anyway, whatever time of day it is that you guys are watching this, I hope that you're well. I hope you're drinking your water, taking your vitamins, and yeah, stay safe.